Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's now third down.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He finds Humphries. The 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Titans. Adam Humphries. His 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. 23-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McCoy. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On the left side, he finds Beasley. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Adoree Jackson deep for Tennessee. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. From the gun, Jackson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
That's another Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Jackson now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Jackson now. Going to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Touchdown, Titans. Delaney Walker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23. Make it the... ...24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. John Brown, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Well, there was no doubt that this offense was in desperate need of a quick answer, and they got it. One play, and they're right back in this game.
Because you got the sense if they stalled out here and then another score on the other side to make it a 3-score game, could have gotten ugly. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Bills 7.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
Second and 8 at the 37-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Let's go,
Allen. And he finds Tyler Kroft. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Bills are certainly happy to have a healthy Tyler Kroft. Remember, he had a season-ending foot injury last year with the Bengals in Week 5. So the Bills get him, and he re-injures that same foot in May in OTAs. But out there now and says he's feeling pretty good.
Eddie! Right there in the middle, 55. No chance.
Here's Allen on first and 10. And the grab by Kroft. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Allen now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's first and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Here we go. 55.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This for his running back, McCoy. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
56. What's that?
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Flushed out right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Hey, Steve 6. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 5. Watch QB drop. Alert.
Allen now looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20, 10, 5. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3 and out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their league.
And that is caught. Walker, touchdown Titans. Delaney Walker with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Switch. Gun. Alert. Hey, Foxtrot.
Now Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Allen going to throw. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy. 3rd down here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Hey, Alpha.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Titans. Dion Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Bills take over. Let's go. 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 23-yard line.
So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. You draw quarters. Check, pass.
Throwing now is Allen. It's caught left side by John Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, echo.
Allen hands off to McCoy. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Allen finds Croft as tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Allen now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I got him. 49, truck. Watch the
Jackson now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This meeting between the Bills and Titans, part of the NFL 100 series, and everybody remembers the Music City Miracle back in 1999 with 16 seconds left and the Titans trailing by 1. They took the kickoff. Frank Wycheck threw a lateral pass across the field to Kevin Dyson, who went 75 yards untouched for the game-winning score, as if the Bills had not already endured enough postseason heartache from the early 90s, and then they would not make the playoffs again until a couple of years ago in 2017. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Jackson. And he locates Walker, complete. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Allen now on first down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete. Coverage defensively by Logan Ryan.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, tight. Shoot!
To throw again, Allen. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen, and that is incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To the shotgun snap to Allen. And able to find John Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Pass 85, pass 85. Sub.
From the gun, it's Allen. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen throwing the out route and complete. It's Brown.
Let's go.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On play action, Allen. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
It's hauled in by Lee Smith. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
319. Middle.
Try to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. McCoy's got the 1st down and more. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Check, 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 check.
Hey, hold.
On 1st down, Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Check cross.
To throw, it's Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They come out here in the I. On 3rd down, Yeldon. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. T.J. Yeldon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
At the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Take four. Take four. 49.
Jackson over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's third and short.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On third and one, Jackson, broken tackle. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally, you would think he'd just take off and run downfield. But he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
The Bills take over
Let's go.
first
Let's
and
go.
10
Let's go.
at their own 16-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second and very short, Jackson. And Walker with it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Henry.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson throwing again. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. McCoy, 5th season with the Bills after those 6 in Philadelphia. And remember, he had 4 of 5 years as a 1,000-yard rusher, but then last season really dipped down, just above 500 yards, only 3 touchdowns. Of course, watch the age as well. He did turn 31 back in July. Flush to his right. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down. Inside the 20.
Mike 5-4. I got 10. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. It's complete. It's Gore. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now Allen again. And that's complete to Croft. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll give Milton another crank. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal.
55, Micah, 55. Bring it. Bring it.
Here's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Allen going to go on 4th down. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Hauschka with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air. And then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Alert, alert, alert.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Foster, his first touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Go!
At their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Bills have recovered.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over.
Out,
yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Allen going to leave it on the draw for McCoy. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now on 2nd and 13. Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Allen. Man open left side is Brown. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. T.J. Yeldon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills have taken the lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one fielded at the 5. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he He's all the way in for the touchdown. I don't see any flags, Charles, and in the final stages, the return touchdown has him an extra point away from tying this up.
You're exactly right. The field is clean. It's going to count.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, let's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Exit.
To throw is Allen. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
50-50.
Back to throw. Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's McCoy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Right there. 54 miles. Check.
Allen to throw. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. McCoy, the lone man in the backfield on 2nd and goal. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this one is good. Stephen Hauschka delivering in the clutch. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Bills, They move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.